AB, take it away.
I think he's had an excellent spring, Anthony. I mean, the past 8 to 10 weeks, Sam Darnold or Daniel Jones or Geno Smith or, even Baker after he left us in Carolina. And so
Andrew Berry just confirmed what the Cleveland Browns media has been working overtime to bury. The mechanism? The same GM who was publicly non-committal about his quarterback situation in January just used the word phenomenal twice on camera about a player the NFL media spent 6 months calling a prima donna. Berry confirmed it on the Shedeur Hour on ESPN. Incredibly accurate, command of the operation, control of the huddle, big strides. And then Berry said this about contract extensions: I wouldn't rule out anything. Not Watson, not a veteran acquisition, not an outside solution. Shedeur Sanders forced the trap shut, and Berry just told the entire league he sees it. Here's every word. Here's the full Andrew Berry press record that makes Shedeur Sanders the most documented growth story in the 2025 NFL offseason. Berry said it directly on camera. The past 8 to 10 weeks, and really the past 6 months, his growth has been tremendous. 6 months. That is not a compliment about spring practice. That is an institutional statement about a player who committed to self-correction in January and February, before any cameras showed up, before any minicamp was scheduled. Berry confirmed the timeline. Shedeur entered the offseason coming off 7 starts. 7. Not a full season, not a developed system. 7 starts against the steepest learning curve in professional football. 7 starts, 6 months of documented work, and the GM of the Cleveland Browns calls it truly phenomenal. That is not a participation trophy. That is an organizational verdict. Berry escalated the praise on the Shedeur Hour. He identified 3 specific categories of growth: accuracy, command of the operation, and control of the huddle. Those are not soft words from a GM trying to protect a backup. Those are the precise technical metrics a front office tracks before offering a contract extension. The trap the media set was simple: make Shedeur look unearned, make every step forward look unearned. Berry just dismantled that trap with institutional language, and the Cleveland Browns media has gone completely silent about it.
AB, take it away.
I think he's had an excellent spring, Anthony. I mean, the past 8 to 10 weeks, and really probably beyond that, really the past 6 months with, as a rookie player and particularly a quarterback, you learn a lot your first year, and especially if you don't start a full season, you start 6, 7, or I guess you start 7 games, and you kind of go through the year. It's adjustment going to the NFL, and then you get a chance to catch your breath and say, okay, well, here are the things that I need to work on, here are the things I need to learn. And I think he did a phenomenal job this offseason. That really started in January and February, and then certainly as we got into having, real practices in May, his growth has been tremendous. So we're all very excited to see, Shedeur's, fall camp, preseason, things of that nature when we get into
fall. It's been good competition this spring between Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson. It's good to see Deshaun healthy, moving around, learning this new system. He's had a really strong spring. And Shedeur, he's made incredible strides over the last 8 weeks. Really, really pleased with his progress. He's naturally accurate as a quarterback. His command of the operation, control of the huddle, all of those things, you can tell that with a year under his belt, he's making big strides. So we are looking forward to seeing how the competition plays out throughout training camp and the preseason games. We're optimistic. We're cautiously optimistic on both players, and can't wait to see them in game settings.
Now here is the part where the narrative the NFL media built over 6 months completely collapses. The media trap against Shedeur Sanders had 4 walls. Wall 1, he is a Nepo baby, unearned, handed everything by his father. Wall 2, the draft fall proved the league didn't want him. 31 teams passed. Wall 3, the Pro Bowl selection was mocked publicly. He was ridiculed for celebrating a 6-yard completion like a Super Bowl. Wall 4, every quote he gave was twisted. Every move he made became a target. Here is what none of those 4 walls accounted for. Shedeur Sanders never stopped working. January, the league mocked his draft fall. February, he was in the building working. June, Andrew Berry says truly phenomenal. The trap only works if the player breaks. Shedeur didn't break. Berry confirmed on camera that the quarterback battle between Shedeur and Deshaun Watson is not resolved. His words on the Schefter Hour, "We are cautiously optimistic on both players. Can't wait to see them in game settings." That is the language of a man entering minicamp expecting one answer and left with a different one. Head coach Todd Monken confirmed it separately. He's been getting better and better with each practice. Not holding steady, not maintaining, getting better with each practice. The trap assumed Shedeur would crumble under the pressure of competing against a $230 million quarterback returning from 2 Achilles tears. The organizational record now shows he is the one forcing the evaluation to stay open.
He's accurate, he's working hard, and we're seeing the fruits of the labor. We're seeing him turn a quarterback competition that I'm almost certain at this point, they're all saying it without saying it. Todd Monken, Andrew Berry, everybody thought, hey, Deshaun Watson, the quarterback. I thought so too. I was over here like, oh, I know, I see what the game they gonna play. And I told y'all from the beginning, if Shedeur wins, he's not just beating Deshaun Watson, because it doesn't matter if he's just better than Deshaun Watson. No, Shedeur he's got to beat Deshaun Watson. He's got to beat him in that $200x billion contract that he signed. The powers that be, right? It's not the plan that's in place, right? Shedeur's going to have to mess the plan up, and I think he's doing a good job at that. Listen to what the head coach had to say.
Did a nice job today. He's been getting better and better with each practice day. And I thought Deshaun did some good things today. So I thought they both functioned at a high level. We had a couple pre-snap issues, but I thought they both functioned at a high level today.
I wouldn't rule out anything. The GM of the Cleveland Browns, about Shedeur Sanders' contract extension, said at the same desk where Watson's $230 million is the established plan. There is a third confirmation in this story that the Browns media has worked hardest to suppress. Deion Sanders, the one man who, if he had a problem with anyone inside the Browns organization, it would be the general manager, went on record. Coach Prime said it directly. "You've got a GM that I adore, like I really do. Mr. Berry has done a phenomenal job acquiring talent. Phenomenal to me. I love the ownership. They want to win. I know that in the heart of Mr. Berry, he wants to win at all costs." That is not a courtesy compliment. That is Deion Sanders, a man who has every reason to protect his son's reputation, publicly validating the judgment of the man running the evaluation. Here is what 31 NFL front offices are watching right now. A GM who said open-minded and flexible about contract extensions, a head coach who said getting better with each practice, and the player's own father calls that GM someone he adores. That is a 3-layer institutional signal. Berry addressed the outside noise directly. He said, "The public discourse doesn't really have a factor in terms of how we think about putting together the team or putting together the best lineup." That means the $230 million on Deshaun Watson's contract does not override the evaluation. The media pressure does not override the evaluation. The preset plan does not override the evaluation. Shedeur Sanders is not just competing against Deshaun Watson. He is competing against the institutional gravity of a $500 million mistake. And Andrew Berry just told everyone the evaluation is still live. The trap the media built assumed Berry would protect the sunk cost. Berry is protecting the competition instead.
Quote go viral. He says, "You've got a GM," speaking about the Browns, "you've got a GM that I adore. Like, I really do. I think he gets it bad because he's a brother, for one. Talk to him. But secondly, because they hadn't won. But you've got to understand, most of the time GMs and head coaches are married together. But Mr. Berry, he's done a phenomenal job with acquiring talent. Phenomenal to me. I love the ownership. They do care. They want to win. They really want to win. I know that's for a fact. And I know that in the heart of Mr. Berry, he wants to win at all costs.
I wouldn't rule out anything. Berry Not a fan account, not a beat reporter, the general manager of the Cleveland Browns about Shedeur Sanders' future with the franchise. Here is the complete Andrew Berry picture. Shedeur Sanders entered the offseason with 7 career starts and a narrative built to destroy him. He worked from January through June without missing a session. Berry confirmed 6 months of documented, unprompted offseason work, confirmed by the GM. Berry named 3 specific technical categories: accuracy, operation command, huddle control. Berry called it truly phenomenal, twice on 2 separate platforms. Head coach Todd Monken confirmed getting better with each practice. Berry confirmed on the Schefter Hour, cautiously optimistic on both players. Berry confirmed about contract extensions, I wouldn't rule out anything. Deion Sanders, the one voice with every reason to distrust this front office, called Berry a GM he adores and called his talent acquisition phenomenal. 7 starts, 6 months of work, 2 platforms of institutional praise, 1 GM who won't rule out a contract extension. That is the documented fact pattern, not the media narrative. The trap assumed Shedeur Sanders would break under the weight of an organization built around someone else. The organizational record shows Berry is the one who sensed the trap first and is refusing to let it close on his evaluation. Andrew Berry has now said truly phenomenal on camera, said I wouldn't rule out anything about a contract extension, said the quarterback battle remains open through preseason games. The facts: 6 months of documented, unprompted offseason work, confirmed by the GM. 3 technical growth categories named on ESPN's Schefter Hour. Contract extension explicitly not ruled out. Deion Sanders publicly praising the GM running the evaluation. Head coach confirming improvement with each practice. Drop a comment. Does Andrew Berry saying, I wouldn't rule out anything about Shedeur's contract extension confirm the trap on Shedeur has officially failed, or is it still too early?